Hello, everybody. This is Linkara, and this is Kickassia. And joining me this wonderful, early morning, I should say, is first up the man from Phalus Who, or Phalus at the Movies, Folos.
Hi! I'm so glad to be doing another commentary on this.
Next up, she's bold, she's beautiful, she apparently hates My Little Pony. No, she doesn't.
Don't tell them! They'll find me!
I'm sorry. Obscurus Lupa.
Hi, I don't hate My Little Pony. Please don't find me.
I hate it.
You heard it here, folks.
You heard it here first. And finally, he bashes, he smashes the Nash.
What?
Exactly.
Why am I here? I wasn't even in this.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
here's the
weird.
thing.
You're the only one.
A lot of people have asked me for a Kickassia commentary, but the thing is, I didn't think I could fill this up alone for an hour and a half. Plus, so I decided I wanted to get some people in here who weren't actually in it and who weren't on the site at the time to give their reactions and how they reacted to the movie when it was being presented and just what they thought of it themselves.
So that's why I'm here. Okay.
Exactly, Phalus. We know you weren't actually in the movie.
What are you talking about? I was in Kickassia.
I wasn't
Yeah.
talking about you, Lupa. I
just
saw
Nash.
you in your scenes. They were...
Yeah, I definitely didn't digitally
Your
add
part was
myself.
my
I
favorite
there.
in this, actually, so.
Well, some scenes we did have to digitally add you in, but they were so seamless that you couldn't tell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the
I heard
best.
Ben's eye was green screened in, though, so...
Well, they could really fly him all the way from France. That's realistic.
I mean, that's like all the way across the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only got people from America in these videos. Everyone else, no.
Yeah. It's just not possible. Okay.
What I love about Benzai's digital cameo is that he had to create a spoony dummy for him to hit in that one scene in the hotel.
Turned out really well.
They flew Spoonie out to France to film the and then green screen them both in. It was just cheaper to do it that way.
Yeah. Guys are learning so much about the production.
It was a thrilling production. Half the people were not there. We had to digitally add them in, and just beautiful, beautiful special effects work from Folos on it.
Yeah. I'm really glad I did all that.
I heard you use the same technology that they used on Avatar.
I know. I'm really good like that. I've got lots
But
of
yes,
money.
Kickassia and the Withering Eye.
Yeah,
I like to try to figure out the truth behind the titles. I know there's nothing actually behind them, but I like to imagine, try to decipher it. Like the Withering Eye is actually a tale of Kevin Baugh himself, because he is growing older and his reign is slowly self-destructing, and so his watch over Malassia is losing its hold. He can't keep an eye on it anymore.
He's getting married pretty soon.
Yeah, royal wedding.
Yeah, the royal wedding. They've been announcing it on Twitter. It's like a month from now.
And
And of
that's
course-
exactly why we're doing this now. In celebration.
Exactly.
I loved this. We were like always off to the side just watching all this stuff going on.
I'm fine. Anyway, I
Yeah.
run a website that has all sorts of reviewers that come together, and
What was it like to film this part, Nash?
we're pretty successful.
I don't know. I wasn't there. Why are you asking me?
Oh my
People
gosh.
still don't know. People still are like, who is that Nash guy? Is he on the site? I've never heard of him before. Been there a year!
What do you mean you weren't there? All of us were.
Yeah.
I remember you being there.
Yeah.
I think the truth behind this is that Nash was secretly operated on by Malassia, and they have erased his memory of it because of some information he probably had about secret Molassian projects.
Dude,
Yeah.
you're spouting you're starting fanfic as you're speaking. It's going to involve someone probing me somehow.
Dude, that's half a fan fiction already. I don't think they'll be able to tell the difference.
I actually get really mad when someone brings up Kickassia and they don't mention Nash. So
Okay, I'm not saying that I wasn't in this, but I will say that when I was invited to the site, I knew 2 months before I premiered on there. And when this came out, I was really sad that I wasn't on the site yet. But I'm not saying that I wasn't in it. But if I wasn't, that's how I would have felt.
I did like 5 different takes of getting the phone call, and I really wanted him to use the ones where I'm using the Power Rangers communicator.
yeah.
Probably
Yes,
would-
commit Zordon. I mean,
Nope.
Dr. Critic.
Imagine if you were on the site for one of these and you found out you were the cutoff. Wouldn't that suck?
I'm really still sad that you didn't get to come to the brawl, because we joined at the site at the exact same time.
Yeah, I did a lot of listening to Simple Plan after that.
I got cut off from this year.
What Mashad said, like, on Transmission Awesome, I think it was, like, yeah, the cutoff was Phalus. He almost came, but he didn't. It's like, oh,
Oh, why would you say that? That's so sad.
yeah. That's how I found that out.
Hello? Yeah, it's 3:22 p.m.
What?
I thought you were asking what time it was.
No, I'm telling you it is.
This was a good way to do cameos, for the people who weren't gonna come from the brawl the previous year. Except for the nerd, because as we know, the nerd is not in this, and he will never be in it. God.
Yeah, he really hates the site and can't stand Doug.
The invasion of Molossia. What is Molossia?
Thing I love about Joe is he does over the top so beautifully.
But like, I'm watching this without sound right now in his face.
When Joe originally,
Eyes. He does crazy eyes well.
when Joe was originally pitching around to try to join the site, I got I think a private message from him, and I watched his stuff, and I'm like, man, oh man, I really want him on the site because he's got the raw energy. His videos aren't always funny, but they're always entertaining. He has that charisma and charm about him.
When I first watched one of Joe's videos, I was just getting into the site. Like, I think it was after the Brawl had come out, and so I had to, like, I was checking out all the other reviewers I hadn't seen, and I was just clicking blindly on names. And the first one I watched of his, I didn't know what was going on. Like, there was the army guys were coming out, and he was talking about something. It may have been a video game I just didn't know about. But I was terribly confused.
And the way he described it, I think you're talking about his Terminator Salvation review.
I need your help. We are taking
I don't know. No, well that would have been after the Brawl, though, right? I mean, a while after.
I can't remember.
doing what?
No,
We have
it
too,
was.
we have too many videos.
Well, I don't think it'd be Terminator Salvation because that was a while later, I think. But
There's a deleted
yeah,
scene.
that happens sometimes. Trying to watch everyone's videos. That's when I first saw you was in the Brawl. I hadn't watched any of your videos before. I think I'd only seen Lindsay's, Doug's, and the Nerds probably at that point.
Just saw this hobo-looking guy who kept yelling that he was a man.
I had this feeling that you were really important though, because they kept like making you look important. I'm like, oh, must be an important reviewer.
It was cool.
That wasn't true.
It was cool that I was the one who shot off Kyle Justin's hat,
Yeah.
and
See, I
then
remember-
Benzai punched me.
I remember starting watching the site when in a day you could watch the entire backlog on the entire site and just get it all out of the way. Now, not possible.
The first video I ever watched was one of Lindsay's. It was her Pocahontas review, and I found it on YouTube because someone had mentioned it on a forum I was at, and they were like, hey, what do you think of what big-lipped alligator moments are in this show? And I'm like, what the fuck's a big-lipped alligator? So that's how that happened.
I love the deleted scenes for a lot of stuff that was in Kickassia, like Little Miss Gamer doing her own callback to the brawl by saying, "Hey, have you seen that Spoonie guy? Can you punch him for me?"
Yeah.
I'm bummed I've never gotten to talk to her since she left the site before I came on. But she seems nice.
Oh, she was very nice. She was probably, I think, she might have been the oldest of us at the brawl. I think she was 31 years old.
She really
Oh
doesn't.
God, I hate you all.
You mad, bro?
Shut up. Bunch of kids. We're going with a bunch of kids, I swear.
Indeed.
This is
You know,
Doug talking to us from all the way back in Chicago.
Justin celebrated his birthday while we were in Reno.
That's cool.
We basically filled up half of a Chinese restaurant. And there was only like one guy working there, so each meal came out like one at a time. We were there for like an hour and a half just waiting for more food.
I had
every time I
green
see-
tea ice cream. It's the only thing I'd eat there pretty much.
Every time I see clips of Kickassia with Justin in them, I forget how long his hair was. Until I see it again.
Yeah, we also had Mexican Spider-Man in this during while we were filming this too.
What?
Yeah, it was a great cameo.
What?
There was a maintenance worker right outside our window trying to repair stuff.
Yeah, I
Wait,
remember.
wasn't he
all the
Mexican
rooms
Batman?
to be outside of.
I thought he
Him
was
yelling
Mexican
down, "I did
Batman,
right."
not Spider.
Well, I was hanging out with him the whole time. That's why you don't see me in these shots.
Oh,
I know you were having that side quest adventure.
Yeah, they're gonna release that as a special thing. Like, you know how the Get Smart remake had the two side guys doing their own thing in a spin-off? It's gonna be like that, except it's me and Kickassia, and like you'll see like, you know, the whole group in the background like fighting, and then I'm doing something else. Like I have to help some guy repair a fence, and we have some
Wait.
trouble with it.
You were working against us. That fence was a big obstacle.
Yeah, see, that's where it all ties together.
You
You had
traitor.
no idea about it until you saw the full story.
oh God, poor Mickey.
Mickey
He
was
loves
fine
that
at the
and
entire
8-bit
time.
Mickey line. Wait.
You're the only one who can keep the nostalgia name alive.
What was that with Matthew and the tear?
It's so beautiful.
That's all the vice president.
He makes me laugh.
You are so beautiful.
He's good at hammy acting too. I know, like he's like, oh, that was my hammy moment. And like, yep, sure
I
was.
remember the huge reaction of people to Film Brain's performance. People were like, "What's with his performance? He's not like this on his show. He's serious and smart. Why is he so toady?"
Because it's funny.
Exactly. That's exactly why.
I said it before. I think half the people watching the site, they've never seen Saturday Night Live in their life, and if they did, their head would explode.
I don't know. Film Brain's character confuses me. He's all over the place. You know, I'm kind of bummed that that Jason wasn't in Suburban Nights, because he was originally supposed to be one of the dwarfs to my Snow White. I'm really curious how that originally was supposed to play out.
I would have loved to see that, because I guess and just imagine like you asking for very princessy things, like, "Oh, there seems to be some kind of mud pile in the way. Could one of you give up your cape over it?" And then just Lord Cat going, "What wrong with you? You step over it yourself, or go to the side, you stupid bitch."
That would be, or he throws me in the mud puddle and just keeps going.
And he throws you in the woods, and that's when we reenact that Evil Dead scene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that petting
maybe.
Film Brain on the head there, that's just creepy.
And we just filmed, and we filmed this very first thing we filmed. I think we had gotten up at like 5 or 6 in the morning, driven out there the hour-long drive, and our first thing to do, walk outside in a straight line, and we did it like 5 or 6 times.
Wait,
And then run in a straight line.
The glamorous life.
Shirt in Suburban Nights.
What?
Was Phil Brain wearing that same shirt in Suburban Nights?
He might have.
I think he was wearing the same thing when we were sitting on the couch.
Well, we all have our reviewer clothes, and his is that shirt apparently.
Did you guys actually see who? Did you guys see who ran fastest in this scene? And it was like too slow because it looked like a race going on there, and I saw Bennett in the back just sort of lagging behind.
Lord Cat was always lagging behind. I think he hurt his legs on doing it. It was. Here's the thing that was also on a hill. It was not like huge slant, but it was running uphill.
Yeah.
And we kept tripping on the driveway because it was just a bunch of stones and whatnot. I tripped and
Pa was
fell.
booking it. See how fast Pa was going? He beat everyone.
I'm twirling my hat.
One of the things I was surprised about was how cold it was during the day there too.
That desert was horrific. I was constant. I had like a runny nose the entire time. I was feeling miserable, which is why for Suburban Nights, I brought along an entire bag of medication with me just so I wouldn't have to endure that again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the weather was not ideal in Suburban Nights either. But.
True.
What? It was perfect. How dare you?
That is true, but the thing is, our weather difficulties are always different each time we do them.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure with the brawl it wasn't so bad.
Yeah. The brawl was fine considering we filmed the entire thing indoors.
Yeah.
We're lucky during this one we never got those crazy winds we did when we're shooting some of the indoor stuff.
Which is surprising considering it was actually pretty windy out there.
It got crazy windy. Like at one point Brad and I were just outside talking and we could barely hear each other at one point. It got so crazy. We're like, all right, let's go in. This isn't fun to be out here.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we use weapons?
It's been a while since I've watched this. I have the DVD, but it's been a while.
As do I.
I watched this once when it came out. I didn't even watch it again when I did the other commentary.
See, Doug doesn't believe in magic, but he knows to call my weapon the magic gun. The continuity is broken. It's ruined. This entire thing is ruined now.
I hate this.
Everything is ruined forever.
Poor Joe and his MP5s.
You seem so happy with that.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
didn't he got caught by airport security?
Yep, apparently it's something like his name is the same name as someone who's on the no-fly list.
Oh, that's not good, especially with. Do you have anything
with
to
the fake
declare?
weapons?
Yeah,
with it,
I have guns.
Yeah.
I remember
my camera
Mickey
gun.
was forging those copper gauntlets or whatever that material they were like beforehand. I think they were actually flat and not crumpled like that. And I'm not sure what I was doing with my bear. I think I just wanted to include my teddy bear in this somehow. So I came up with this. Okay, I'll make him into like this grappling hook, and then I'll abandon the plan and just grab my gun.
I like that you bring it back up though when you're discussing the risk plan. It's like, all right, we're seriously gonna do this bear on a rope thing.
It was all part of the plan.
Yeah, it would have worked. We should have done it.
It was one of the many bits we had to cut for time because we were running out of time.
Okay, well, there's the first one.
And part 1. We'll continue in a moment.